Hi everybody, this is Rideshare Lisa coming back to you with another video. This video is going out mainly to a lot of New York drivers who do deliveries and do rideshare because Governor Cuomo now have put new restrictions on the state of New York. If you want to know what if you have any restrictions on your state, check your local government agencies and see what they have going on. But as for the state of New York, I'm sure most of you have heard because they are already actually in place. Most of them all started Friday and Monday. But for restaurants that serve alcohol, I guess now on the liquor license, it's mandated that if you have alcohol, you have to close between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. And restaurants will be open for curbsides and drive-through only. So the restaurant itself inside will be closed, but it's available if they have drive-through or do curbside service. That'll be available. Also, there is the gathering. I hear a lot about that. Actually, I'm not even really a fan of it, but no more than 10 people. Even in a private gathering, as well as any social gathering. They said that that's a way of it's spreading. Not sure how they're going to get people, especially through the holidays, and check their houses and see if there's 10 people in there. I think they're going to be counting on neighbors to tell on other neighbors and say, my neighbor has 13 people in their house. You better get here. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but that's part of the restrictions. So if you do food delivery, restaurants will be closed at 10. It'll be open for restaurants. Check your local restaurants and see which ones are open for drive-through and curbside pickup. Also with rideshare, I know I've even been getting into rideshare, but now that the bars are going to be closing at 10 o'clock, it kind of puts a damper on things. And public gatherings and stuff like that are limited to 10 people. So, yeah, this is going to hurt a lot of business, a lot of mine. I can see where things have been slow. Like when I started going to Buffalo, because Buffalo, like I said, is a really good market. That's why I go there every weekend. I would bank like $300, if not more, a night, or in a whole day. I would do the food delivery during the day, and I do rideshare all night long because the bars were open till 4. Now with this 10 o'clock curfew, and when I was doing rideshare out in Buffalo over the past few weeks, I think I got more Uber Eats orders. It's really slowing down. I hear good things about New York City, but New York City has got more people and more things, and people, they count on rideshare and the cabs to get to where they have to go because a lot of people don't have cars down there. But here they have their own cars or whatever, so if they want to go out or do something, they can do it really quick. They really don't need us. It's not like important unless they're going out. And now with the 10 o'clock curfew, nobody's really going out. So we'll see what happens. I noticed that Wegmans is still open until midnight. Tops are still open until midnight. So that's good, because that was really hard when those grocery stores were closing at 10 o'clock for Instacart, because then you get those 8, 9 o'clock orders and you'd have to be done because the store closed at 10. But nope, they're still staying open till midnight, so that's good. And with food delivery, if you do it at night, just expect to be sitting in the drive-thru or waiting on the curbside. The curbside isn't as bad as the drive-thru, because with the drive-thru, they're only taking care of one car at a time. But so I'd actually rather do restaurants that have curbside instead of do drive-thru, because I remember during the pandemic that I would sit an hour in a drive-thru, and you really, if you want to cancel the order, you really can't, because then you're blocked in because there's somebody in front of you and someone behind you, and they're not moving, because there's somebody behind them. Where are you going to go? So sometimes you get stuck in those drive-thrus. So you got to be real particular and make sure that the money's worth sitting in that drive-thru for, because you know you're going to be sitting there for a while. And the good note is, sitting in that drive-thru, I also would get another order. So by the time I got to the drive-thru window, I was able to pick up the 2 or 3 orders that were already called into the restaurant while I was sitting in the drive-thru. So you look at the good and the bad. So, there's always pros and cons to everything. But, so everybody knows, just be vigilant. Know the restaurants in your market, in your area, and the hours of operation for the stores and the restaurants. And when you're doing rideshare, know your market. Know where you can be and where you can't be because of the restrictions and the 10 people and the bars / restaurants closing at 10. So that kind of sucks, because that's the best time to do rideshare, especially in the Buffalo area where I do it. Usually around 8-9 o'clock is the best time to start. So now I have to change things around a little bit. But I just wanted everybody to know who didn't know. I linked the Newsday article into my description. That's where I got a lot of the information from that I'm actually relaying to you guys about what I've gotten here. I also heard some things, from restaurants and people. But I was looking, and the Newsday article was broken down. It broke everything down between gyms, restaurants, bars, things like that. So I got that in my in the description below. So go ahead and take a look at that. See all the different restrictions for the different areas you're looking for, whether it be private parties or restaurants or clubs or gyms or whatever. All right. So this is Rideshare Lisa saying goodbye. Everybody be safe, mask up. I have been, because of the heightened cases in New York State, I've actually been double masking. I actually use a regular mask, and then I use the neck gaiter. I put it right over it. I mean, I don't know if it helps or anything really, but it'll keep the rider happier, knowing that we're all taking the necessary steps, because some people, this has really hit them hard, or they've had it, or they've had family members who've had it, where I have not personally experienced it. So without personally experiencing it, I don't know how people feel about it and how their mindset is. But I would rather them feel like they're in a safe car than have to worry about my mask being down here, so my nose is exposed and everything else. So I want my riders to just feel as safe as I want to feel when I'm in my car. So if you want a double mask, go ahead. I mean, I do. I got that from actually the driver sensei. It's the one who suggested that. So smart man with great ideas. All right, everybody, you have a great night.